Well, welcome back DIY guys and girls, and today I'm doing some maintenance on my deck. I'm replanking it, and I also had to paint my pergola because it was getting rusty, so we fixed that. It's looking good, and I learned a lot of tricks, did a lot of things wrong, but right now we're gonna go over 3 different methods, and you can use it whatever one you want and which one you think works the best. First, ripping these old boards off the deck. So first, let's do that, and then we'll go things that's kind of controversial, like the grain direction when you put your planks back on there. So today we're covering all that, so let's get right to it. Some of you guys are probably looking at this like, what in the world is going on here? Well, the reason why I did this is because I didn't like how they had it before. It didn't come to the end here, and I wanted it to come all the way out. So on this board right here, I put these guys on there. So let's go ahead and walk the plank. And yes, it is nice and strong. Should be good. So here's what we're gonna mess with today. This is probably what you've all seen in your hardware store for ripping the nails out. And I got 2 different hammers. I'll show you different techniques that I've learned that work pretty good. This hammer has longer teeth. I'll show you how this works. And this is by far the fastest way to rip up your boards. But we're gonna try all 3, and you guys can decide which one you want to use for yourself. Okay, so the first one we're gonna try is this guy. I think this works good for like different boards. Definitely work good for like pretty hard boards. A lot of this board is still good, but I'm gonna replace it all anyways because it just looks way better. So let's first try this one. Of course, you're gonna try to get it like this. Get up on that nail. And it is so that's one way to get it out. That one actually worked pretty good there. It doesn't work good in every situation, but that's this guy. Now I'm gonna show you how I like to do it. If you not caring about screwing your boards up, you just wanna get them out, these nails, just take the one, see how it has different little teeth at the end. We're gonna take this guy right here and put it right like that. And I find that works pretty good. So now let's go to the other side and we'll try this guy, which is by far the best method. Okay, so we got this guy from Harbor Freight. It's like 20 something dollars. It's worth every penny. You can adjust the arm. It clicks in like this, whatever angle you need. I kind of leave it like that. What you're gonna do, you can stick it in between the board right here. Hit it in, of course. And then well, that one's a little rotten, so let's get it over here now. There you go. And you just rip that guy right on up. And then we're just going to continue on down. It's a little easier once you get one of them ripped up. Just like so. But once you get one board ripped up, then all you got to do is come in here at this side. Rip up like that. Hey, you're on video. You're on video. there you go. That is by far the best way. Fastest at least. And keep in mind, none of this is new, guys, I know. I'm just putting it all in one video for you guys. If you want to get all this and stuff that I've learned, this is my channel. Now, one thing I like to do is just get a box. So that way, as I'm pulling these nails up, I can just put them in there and not have them float around, hit them with the lawnmower, break out your windows in your neighbor's house. So here's something I learned because I bought the boards and they sit out in the sun, they dried. Look at this thing right here. Man, did it just have a severe warp. So my recommendation, if you get this, take it right back to the hardware store where you got it from. Now, when choosing your pressure treated wood, I like to get the one that says for ground contact use, even if it's not hitting the ground, because you know it has pretty good weather guard and it's going to last longer. So always get the best board you can afford that has the most weather sealing / lasting properties that you can afford out of your budget. All right, so here's something else that I learned. See this pattern on the grain? This is apparently this is the wrong way to put it in. And you can kind of see it. It is actually bowing up this way. So as it dries, it's gonna bow up this way. But we're just gonna rock it. I ain't gonna pull it out. So don't make the mistake that I did. And you want this grain to be going up, kind of like a smiley face. And there's a lot of controversial subjects on this. So maybe someone below can tell me the correct way. And if you have one where the grain's just going straight across, kind of like this, it doesn't really matter apparently, because this is more in the middle of the cut, so it naturally won't really bow this way or that way. And finally, on the ends here, always drill yourself pilot holes, because if you don't, you'll do what I did right here. I just have some wood glue that I put in there. I'm going to put it back in, or else you have a very good possibility of splitting your wood right there. This is the wrong screw because I pretty much ran out. I had to go back to the hardware store, but always get pretty nice deck screws that are made for decks, because they're going to have way better weathering characteristics, because this pressure treated wood will make regular screws just deteriorate. So that's my other tip right there. And I got another tip for you guys. When you're putting these boards on and screwing them in, do one side at a time. Don't start from this side and then work your way that way, because if you look at the other end, let me show you after I do this side. Because as you can see, we have a gap. Now, I'm not super concerned about all these gaps being perfect. I just don't want it to be a stupid gap like that. So all I'm going to do, some people use clamps and all that jazz. I can just push this like this, put a tiny gap in there, and just hit it right down on there, and we are good. And you notice we do have our pilot holes, so that way we're not going to split our board, at least hopefully.
2,000 years later.
Okay, literally all day later. My back is killing me. Deck work is freaking hard. Still have to put the pergola back on the deck, but check it out. Still got to stain it, repaint everything. But I made the steps way larger because Molly likes to sit there, one of my dogs. But yeah, I'm happy the way it came out. It ain't perfect, but it is a heck of a lot better than it was before. Until next time, guys, peace.